Hello, it's Friday, and I have a gunpla to finish. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Hey folks, Maverick Art Guard here, and I am going to go. I'm gonna finish this guy off by building his accessories. All right. Okay. Now, get my tools out here while I chat. Probably not gonna need the tweezers. Think. We'll see. So what's left on this guy? So I stopped last time, and I finished the Gundam itself. It's an excellent build. Wonderful. I've been playing around with it, kind of posing it, and then kind of putting it back to a neutral pose. Which anyone who's built Gunpla and fiddled with knows that the bane of your existence is getting it to sit with the hips level. That's like a weird non-Euclidean puzzle. It's weird. It's so counterintuitive. It has to do with levers and leverage. You do this and it goes the opposite way you think. Okay. See, so we're doing weapons now. Doing weapons and effect parts and the display base. Oh, the display base you have to take. Oh, that is the cover. I thought so. The little part up in there. Yep, I thought so. I thought that's probably where the lights go. And it is. You pull the big thruster spine thing off, pull that little part out, and you slot in the display base with a lighting kit. I'm gonna have to at least do these. I gotta do those. Got so many markings for this thing. I am not doing all that. No way. Okay. Alright. What do I need? A1CH and SP9. Okay. What's that? So there's both of those. I haven't opened this yet. It's H and SB19. I've opened like add everything else. Okay. Wait, you guys hearing music twice again? I bet you are. Oh no, you're not. You're not. That's nice looking. It's part of the display base. C and A1. Getting all right. Well, we'll be doing this eventually, so this. And A1. Okay. Alright. A's Waifu Cup is the first Shibuya Kaho Cup, actually. It's two-sided, because, you know, the creators get two-sided stuff. And, she's a very interesting lady. First, I found out about her through the Trash Taste podcast. She talked about things that might be TOS to mention on another platform that I'm going to post the VOD on. But she she and Connor are very good buddies, and they do stuff all the time, and she's really cool. And the cup is, cup's pretty neat. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, so what are we doing? Alright. 1, 2, you can tell just by looking at the damn thing. Alright. Just gonna have kind of a chill stream tonight. Not really worry about anything. And just kind of get this done. Matter. Is that good enough? Yes. End it. I'm thinking about a lot of things lately, and well, now that's just me brain dead talking. I have been thinking about doo. So, played Zenless Zone Zero on Monday and Wednesday, and it gave me some food for thought. And something that I noticed when I was playing Mass Effect some months ago is that games that have a lot of dialogue, I don't have, like, at least right now, I'm not even approaching it the right way, or I don't really have, like, the commentary skills for it, I've noticed. And I feel like it just feels bad. It feels like I'm just going, and it just feels like I'm just struggling to say or do anything. So I have these walls of text that I want to read, because it's world building, or an entry, or an item description, or something. I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm just wasting time. It's really bizarre. Whereas if I was just doing it, you know, on my own, I wasn't streaming, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Who cares, right? This is world building stuff. I think that's kind of like a weird pressure that streaming has, where you feel like you always have to be doing something to kind of be holding people's attention. Or perhaps it's just a small streamer thing where you're just trying to be like doing something all the time for people who come in, so that they stick around. Because at the end of the day, I want to become affiliate to see try to see if I can make something out of doing this. So it's always a learning experience. And I've been thinking, at least just for the moment, that perhaps playing those kinds of games is kind of not for me. Simultaneously, and interestingly, if I knew I had people, like in the chat, that was like actively engaging with each other, I'd be talking about all kinds of stuff, right? So it's kind of an interesting thing where kind of come alive, shall we say, when there's like people around. It becomes like really easy for me, right? Unless I already have something to talk about, like right now, and I don't know how many people around. I usually have the thing turned off. Could be nobody. Could be talking to nobody. But it's just one of the weird little things that were concerns about streaming. And there are people who are just like, bing bang boom, they can comment about anything like all day, right? It comes more naturally to them. And I think it's not something that comes so naturally to me for certain kinds of games for me to just, or certain activities, just comment. Like when I had friends on, when I had Buppy and Bun on for my anniversary stream, when I just and everything, that was a blast. I had a great time personally, and that was pretty nice. These two just go together? They just go together. There's nothing I stick in here. Okay. And also, probably by maybe a bit of the game and maybe a bit of collabs tend to draw some attention. That stream did pretty well. I did like over 2.5 people average for that. That's pretty good. That's quite good, actually, for little streamer. That's pretty freaking fantastic. And that was encouraging to come back to, right? But I knew wasn't going to be that, going back to more regular streams. Especially since I love playing, like, obscure stuff. That, So that's why then I kind of turned to Zenless Zone Zero. So that I was like, this is popular, right? Could get some attention there. Just kind of... And maybe I'll like the game, right? Always good to try things. Oh, H again. Where is that? Right there. And you should always try new things. Always. At the very least, you should be bored anyway. You're doing something. But concentrating on this right here. Snub's giving me grief. certain games I can comment on, or got really good at kind of staying fairly steadily commenting on, like Stalker Gamma. God, I got lost in playing that for a while. Which I do intend to go back to that, absolutely. Focus on the story, getting my companions all leveled up. Which I'm too busy worrying about them and everything and not letting them fight, and that's why they're not leveling up. So beam rifle. Okay. And it's for H5. This part, yep. You know, I had fun playing. As much as I belly ached about Metro Exodus, I've been thinking back about that, and I don't think it's bugs. I think it was the difficulty I was playing on. Enemies are frightfully aware. They're very intelligent. If they see like, you know, your knee sticking out of a bush, they're like, "Hey, what is that?" So that was really just more of the difficulty and me just kind of being dumb. So thinking back, oh, pretty good. Pretty good. I was being stupid about the difficulty. You know, playing all that was good. I enjoyed that. And playing through the Stalker games, that was fun. I never played Pripyat before. Call of Pripyat, glad I played that. I had hoped to be able to play Stalker 2 when it comes out, but it's kind of, unfortunately, not really looking like that right now. And that's kind of partially a concern about streaming, is you want to be playing, you know, the hot thing, right? Endless Zone Zero is pretty popular right now. If you look at the Twitch, gives you some pretty neat tools, and you go categories, Endless Zone Zero, and you check, and it's just like this massive audience every day. Like this genuinely like really big audience. I will check that later. And that has a lot of potential for you to get noticed, right? And something that has like a lot of attention. But simultaneously, it also means that because of how it works, you look at the category, and it's the biggest streamers at the top, and then it goes down from there. It's a meritocracy. That's rough. And the merit is literally viewer count. So, you know, it's like, how many channels? A jillion. Where are you going to be? Around the 100th place. It guesses. And then you go look and you're like 200 down. It's like, okay. While I was playing it, my little viewer count, I did check a couple times because I was curious. Did say, oh, there's like one person constantly. But it was actually like 0.1 in the end. Right? Which is rather unsurprising. I'm going a bit out of order here because I'm on this tree right here. Because it means that people are coming, watching for 5 or 10 seconds, and then clicking off again. But doing it a lot. Quite constantly. And that could be for a number of reasons, right? And there are just some realities about all of that. So, playing a popular thing does not guarantee you getting noticed. It just means that there's a bigger pool of people to pull from, but your chances of actually, getting somewhere. Part of it is I'm really not advertising. The days are gone where you can just be VTuber, put the VTuber tag and just go on whatever platform, whatever, and you get attention. That's gone. I was getting some consistent attention when I started streaming at the end of 23. Last third of 23. That's about the end of the bubble. That bubble. That was on its way out. And I lost 2 months from COVID right after I started streaming, so I lost that. Almost caught it back in November, December, but it's too late by then. So now I'm having to do it the real hard way. Kind of like back when... Well, in a way, it's like when VTubers first kind of started. A little bit. Certain parts of this Exacto blade are duller than the rest. So there's like you can't like there can be all of the endless know this and you'll become an awesome VTuber videos at the end of the day, but there's only so much one can do. Which one? 10 or 11? 10. Because there is a huge amount of luck in it. There is. And, some say, that's just reality. And at this point, a year later after I started, there's so many goddamn VTubers out here. I am just part of a tiny pool. I am a drop in a veritable, it's almost an ocean at this point. There's so freaking many. And the competition is incredible. And I want an editor because I stare at like editing software with like a VOD and I go, duh, like my brain just turns off. I've got like a frickin' almost a constant year of like 8 or so months worth of streaming. That's a lot of potential content. I know what I would turn into edits and such. And that does so much advertising. Shorts is like really big for content, right? Oh, interesting way to do that. And I've got enough material for shorts for weeks, months. I skip anything? No. I put the other half on. And it's, you know, I'm just, you know, if I sat down and tackled it and just got whatever brain fuzz I was doing about editing, I'm just not in a place to do it. You know, and that's, I will admit, somewhat of a effort thing, a little bit, but it's mostly, I'm just, really, I'm not in a place. I've tried to sit down and be like, I need to start editing this stuff. And it's like, oh, what it is, man. It's like, I know what I need to do, but as it stands, the way I need to do it is just not available to me. Because editors are great, but they're expensive. Worth every penny, though. You know, and from those edits, you know, when you get an editor, you say, hey, do this VOD. While you're at it, you can also pay them to do the shorts too, to make shorts out of stuff. And then they hand it to you, and then you have all these shorts, and you just go, you just upload like one a day, like every day of the week, from one like highlighter edit of a VOD, and bam, you have two sources of content. And shorts are pushed very hard on YouTube's algorithm. Like, real effing hard. Oops, cut into that a little bit. Oh well. So, the plan is to get to a place where I can get an editor. And if I can't, relatively soon, I'm just gonna have to knuckle down and do it my damn self. There's a sensor that goes right there. So that one, that tiny little thing. Ooh, I'm not gonna do that. So there is, you know, like I know what I need. I know it needs to be done, right? So I can either not stream, do nothing, right? And just, what would be the difference, right? I'm like nothing, pretty much already. I'm in the vast sea of things. Or I can just do it, and in the meantime, just kind of get that streamer XP, right? And get, I do need tweezers, and just get skilled, right? Just build up skill. It just costs me my time. I have the time to do it. Ugh, that doesn't look too great, but it's on there. Do the SBRs have stickers? They don't, do they? I don't think so. Well, there is a sticker for the beam rifle. What is that, number 6? It's that one. Feder, what? What? What is that word? What is that word? Hey, Buppy. in the... Yep. Motivation, correct. Motivation is a thing that is very easy to lose because of all the things that I have mentioned so far in this kind of this ramblings, kind of stream of consciousness ramblings. I don't even know, man. I witnessed a war crime. Oh, really? You watching the war crimes? Are you watching the war crimes? But I've been, the A12. Here we go. It was at work. Oh. People doing war crimes on their cars. That sucks. But there's, you know, I only have, the only, you know, reason for me right now to keep doing this is to do it. Do some things, maybe do some things I haven't done before. It still gets recorded and preserved. That can be turned into content later. And I get that sort of sticker turned out awesome doing it like that. And I can just get more, like, experience talking for the camera. I get to sit here and go, you know, every time I'm going like, I feel X, Y, or Z about a stream, right? And I go, why? And then, you know, I think about it. You know, what could I felt like X, right? Okay, Y. I felt that was good. Y. Okay, I felt like that was bad. Y. Fuck you motivates a man to purchase the worst possible things to make their engine stop knocking. Oh god. Engine or oil or fuel additives to stop knocking. Just get your spark plugs, bro. Just replace your spark plugs, bro. No, don't do that, bro. Oh, yeah, man. Just pour this stuff in the oil. It'll be fine. Engine assembly lube, liquid moly, red and tacky grease. Wait, what? People are putting that stuff in their... Are they putting that in their oil? To make it stop knocking? All of that at once? Their car will stop knocking, alright, because it'll be dead. Oh, that's crazy. What? Ramrod is a sex-based term. Automod, you're drunk. Can't even parse context. Add aloud again. Twice. What? Tier or ramrod? Yeah. I think they disallowed tiers because, tiers because there's a word that came, that they banned that starts with an S and ends with a P. That's Twitch favoring them cam girls again. Or more importantly, the people who mod and, support the cam girls. I'm sorry, e-girls. But they're really cam girls is what they are. And just 2 additional quartz, just cuts, just to make sure. That car is gonna be dead very soon, unfortunately. That sucks. That's... Oh. H2. And this little thing. Back into the muzzle, the barrel. I feel like I witnessed the ending of that car. Yeah, I straight up told this dude to stop several times. Yep. Well, here's the thing about it. You're not a licensed mechanic, right? You're actually, like, not really allowed to, depending on state, you're not allowed to say anything. Not to mention there was a language barrier as well. Yeah. I think some states have laws. I think California is one of them, where if you're not a licensed mechanic, you can't give mechanical advice at work. So what I would always say is, I am not a mechanic, because, you know, it's work retail, auto parts retail. I'd always say, now I'm not a mechanic, but I have some experience, and you know, I would suggest something like really inoffensive that can't harm anything. I know can't harm anything, right? I said, but really before trying anything, talk to your mechanic. Sometimes I had this one boss working auto parts retail. He'd be like, you're not supposed to do that, right? Yeah, it solves the problem, though. Me giving a very basic piece of advice that can't hurt anything. So, well, you don't know. You're not a mechanic. So, bro, I'm taking apart everything. Like, bro, I'm taking, like, my entire car apart. What are you talking about? This boss was very difficult. That's my feeling that it's indeed California again. Click. I was waiting for the little peg to snap and this thing kind of wrecked. Okay. Now what? Oh, that's what these are. Okay. That's happening a lot. The thing is happening, but it's kind of spamming now. I'm gonna have to fix that. Get a little spammy on that. Oh. It's articulated. That's interesting. That just about solved it a little bit. Wow, those are just going off now, aren't they? So those are you only watching the VOD. I have little stream elements, like little reminders and stuff set up. And now they're like all going off. Okay, I have to fix that. I've gotta fix that. to reduce the number of them. So, Temperately Conquered has less active players than Koikatsu. Oh gosh. Koikatsu on Steam got pulled. Because it was Koikatsu Party was the character maker, and then they had the kind of the life sim part of the game without all the parts that you would actually be there for. But of course it had the secret patch for a bit. Remember when I saw like VTubers like checking out at Koikatsu Party, I'm like, they don't know where this comes from. You own it? Oh. Koikatsu Party was free. The character, which was just the character maker and the poser studio, I believe. But the actual game, like where you have like the school life and everything, that you had to pay money for. There you go. It's a pretty capable character maker. It really is. Of course, you know, it's got a heavy modding community that mods the full version. Oh, look at that. Boop. $50 gigabytes of mods. Oh. Yeah, it can get there. Fun fact, Illusionsoft that made it was like the king of eroge, because that's what Koikatsu is. It's an eroge. Quit. They just closed up shop. They didn't have financial troubles or anything. They just kind of quit. And one of the things that they cited was their character makers are really good, but that makes people they make their favorite characters, right? To do heaven knows what in their private time with them. And but we all know what they're doing. And that, of course, you know, copyrighted character stuff, right? Yeah, no, they really did. They really did. And they dipped, and one of the reasons they cited was they were kind of being dogged on a lot because, you know, people are recreating copyrighted characters with their games. And in Japan, there is no such thing as fair use. That don't exist. It is only on a case-by-case basis as allowed by each individual, like, property owner. So one of the reasons they just kind of stopped, that they cited, was people were just, it was causing them some level of problems. Some of their games are like deep involved simulators. And I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna sit for my GG. Oh, you have ordered GG things. That sounds like a pretty good flavor, yeah? Hey, look at that beam launcher. It's kind of like a weird beam, like super heavy beam weapon, I guess. Whereas the VSBRs are more kind of versatile. This is just like, pow, you're dead. Like, you are dead. So there's special grippy fingers. Is that the last of we seen out of this tree? I think so. Well, I can't wait to unintentionally send a certain Swedish Cat girl memes on Instagram. There you go. Instagram is doing Instagram things, sounds like. That's unfortunate. I think this tree is all... This sprue is all finished off. Yep. Not doing anything with the rest of those parts. So back in it goes for good. I think that's it. I think I just need to do the stand. Oh, and see this little gimmick real quick. Oh, and do the special effects parts. Oh, wow, that's a pain in the butt. Ah. Spot it wants to be. Kind of. Wow, I've got to like move the arms and everything. I can't get that to little click in. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Yeah. That's, Huh. It kind of doesn't really hold that. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, and then you pull out the beam sabers. You replace the hands. There's special holding hands for it. Did it stop? Shouldn't have. This stuff is a very soft plastic. Yeah, that should not... The music should not have ended. No, that's just a very long pause. But this effects plastic is like really soft. Yep. There's the music. Now, this plastic is so soft, it almost never gets the discoloration from you know, trimming and such. Almost. Which makes it pretty easy to clean up. Right there. That part. Yep, that cleaned up easy enough. This is the beam shield gimmick. This is really difficult, actually. Yep, it popped apart again. The little arm that it's on is very stiff, and the thing just comes apart when you try to pry it out. Supposed to do that. I'm completely off topic from what I was talking about before. What was I talking about? Right. General streaming considerations that you kind of don't know unless you've done it yourself or, you know, or talk to someone who has. That's kind of cool. Does this rotate? I think it does. Yes, it does. Look at that. Yeah. Cool. That's neat. You know, I have had thoughts that by the time I get like all my stuff together and everything and get going, I just might be edged completely out of making anything out of VTubing because that's just how the market is. Everyone's, you know, garnered the attention that they're gonna get. All the audiences are mostly set, and that's that. Could be. You know what I like about these beam saber blades? They're not bent. Usually there's one that's like, that will be like bent instead of straight. You know, I can say that trying to be a VTuber has been about the hardest thing I've ever done. It's not hard, it's like, you can set all this stuff up, get a model, you know, and everything, and just stream, right? You get a hand cam and whatever, stream, right? Anybody can do that. But base. It's two little things right there I think I'm missing. It's somewhere, but whatever. You know, I might as well just keep trying till I get somewhere, right? And the thing is, I've met people. I've made, you know, some people that could be called buddies, maybe some friends. I've lost, you know, I've had my losses too. It happens. Sometimes in the long term, people just aren't compatible for whatever reason. That's what it is. Wow, how many freaking anchor points do you need? Am I actually gonna display this thing on the base? Do I care? I can't even stuff it back in the box. I can't put this thing back in the box. They should. They really should. Absolutely should. Absolutely should. No. I've tried a lot of things over the past year. Like, okay, what do? I pick this game, and it's like I can't be changing my time slot every... I tried changing my time slot for a while to try to be like, okay, this game usually gets audience about this time and everything, and that just got me nowhere. All I did was end up changing my time all over the place, and it's like, that just does nothing except reduce the chance of you being seen at all. So, stop for a minute. Gotta think about whether I want to keep going. These are dry transfers, so I have to rub these on. My thing is, how am I going to get that straight and in the right place? That's my concern. Take off the part and then apply? Yeah, I know, cut it out. Sure. Yeah. Ooh, on this MG 2.0 joints, I'm gonna have to be real careful prying this off because the arm has to come off and then the shoulder has to come off and the shoulder armor has to come off. I'm gonna be real blunt. I get the feeling that those transfers are not going on. Oh, I look at that and I'm like, I just don't want to mess with it, man. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, that was not so bad. It says in the front how you're supposed to do it, I think. It says cut it out, tape it in place, and then rub it on. Tape what? There's kind of nothing really to put on there. Well, actually, I'm thinking about this wrong. Nope, there is. Alright, folks, I'm going to give this a try. I don't know how hard I have to press this or anything. Probably shouldn't be touching the back. But... it's almost sticking when I do that. Is you opaque sheet while I cut it? Yeah, it'll stick to things, huh? Actually, there might be just enough material for me to scotch tape this thing on. That's a tough one. How do I align this? I'll align it against this bottom edge right here. Is what I'll do, and try to kind of get it centered, which is first of all, that's too low. Now it's kind of crooked. Things I can only kind of like have it clipped on with like one. That's pretty good. I can obsess about this forever. That's real effing close. That's about where I want that. Now what to rub it with? This? That do it? Let's do it. I need something firm to rub it with, right? With a rounded tip or a coin firmly. A quarter. Do I have a quarter? I do. Think. No, I have a nickel. Would a dime work? It's got that knurled edge. We're gonna find out. Well, I think that's about exactly where I'm going to get this frickin' thing. Oh, apparently you're supposed to align it with the top edge. Great. I shouldn't have looked at that. It's actually a little easier. Kind of line it up. I just rub this, then I peel it off, and the little plastic comes with it, huh? Hmm. No. Looks pretty much like the instructions. Let's go. I'm rubbing through the Scotch tape. Is it transferred? I think it has. Let's see. If it hasn't, I'll be real upset. And look at that, folks. Look at that. Yay! What a confidence booster. Now I never want to touch the shoulder pad ever again. I'm gonna freak out. I rubbed it on there really hard. Like, not that I was digging into the Scotch tape. Top coat, easy. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me just spray all over my desk. Get that. Ooh. One iconic mark. I gotta do the other one. Still comes apart no matter what. I've never done a dry transfer before, so that's cool. Ooh, what's going on with your joint there, buddy? Aligning it to this edge instead of like this, whatever, way easier. Much easier. Just doing these all over, positioning them meticulously. I don't. I'm OCD, but I'm not like that. I'm not that kind of OCD, oh god. Actually aligned the right way? I kinda can't tell. Might be a little off. A long pause there with the music. That's about closest I'm gonna get it. Once again, we rub. Oh, is that Dun Dun? It might be Dun Dun. The music is Dun Dun. If I do it like this, I don't chew up the, I don't know if this is the motion that they're looking for. I'm really just gonna rub the crap out of this. I don't know how much effort's actually required. Rub through the scotch tape. Maybe that'll be enough. I believe it's come off. Well, let's see. Yep, look at that. It is. There's a bubble in it. Surely that won't cause a problem down the road. That's not the nicest application. Might have picked up some flotsam from whatever. Realizing I haven't put the arms all the way back on properly. Here we go. I was just thinking of the song earlier, actually. There it is, the iconic markings. What? Look at that. That's got a lot of crap underneath it, actually. I think it picked up a bunch of dust and crap. That's really unfortunate. But there it is. Now it's the F91. Here we go. Okay, well. Yeah, I did the dry transfers. I never want to do dry transfers again. And there's the actual wet transfers, all of these. Oh my god. Well, where do I go from here? I'm inclined to just stop, to be blunt. Don't, as right now, have the space to really kind of display this guy. And he doesn't fit in his box. Far more severe of a problem than you might think. But to say, you can't go back in the box, and the box fits what flush like it used to. The reason I marked the bags with the, the trees are in there, so it all goes back together as flat as it can. Is why. Maybe one day I'll put the stands together and just have him in a nice display case with a door that I can close it and it'll keep him pretty dust free, because that's the thing. I have this guy sitting out on my desk and everything, I know it's dusty. Maybe that's what's all underneath right there. All the frickin' dust. Oh. See, even the finished one that's all panel lined and everything doesn't have all those frickin' marks all over it. It's just got, it just has the marks, it just has these two. Probably can make some sort of blasphemy. Just not even bothering to try to pose it or anything, but... That's the OCD right there going, better clean that up. Alright, so let's take a moment, clean up. Whoa, what the heck? Whoa. I think that blade's worn out already. Still finding bits from the previous build sessions on here. There's a blue bit. There's a red bit. I'll use a brush. Shot brush will probably sort all this out real quick and easy. Probably a new mat that's not many years old. All messed up with all this stuff from doing all kinds of things on it. All this construction and building and all the airsoft. God, the airsoft work I've done on this thing. Holy crap. Okay. Well. What do I got to say about this thing? Well, I've been fiddling with it, like I said, kind of posing it and then putting it back in this pose and stuffing it on my desk. And you know, I was pretty confident last Friday when I had my opinion about it, this build, and got it all laid out. Couple new things. Try transfers. Hate them. God, they're nerve-wracking. I'd rather do a sticker that I could kind of position go rubbing the crap out of this thing. Like, is it on there? It better be. Otherwise, it's only partially on there. You go to peel it off, and you tear it up. I rubbed the crap out of this thing. It's still got bubbles. Dust or something got on the bottom of it. That's unfortunate. But, let's see, what can I talk about? Accessories. This thing's cool. This was ever used in the movie. Might be one of those things that was, like, in the design, but never used or seen, like, on screen. But they just included it anyway because it's part of the design, right? The beam launcher. I don't think so. Beam rifle, of course. Yes, absolutely. Seabook was just dropping people with this thing in the movie. It's got good detail. Again, Bandai's usual quality. I'm very happy with these, because these, in my experience, one of them will be straight and one of them will be like that. For whatever reason, I don't know why. But these are straight, that's nice. And this is a cool effect. This replicates the effect of the beam shield very nicely. What's cool is, I don't know if it shows up, but there's a part that's not smooth on the back here, right? That shows through here as a subtle detail. I don't know if that's showing. A little bit, I think? A little bit, maybe. Yeah, you can see it right there. That's a cool effect. And I mean, this replicates the effect really cool. I don't like how stiff this frickin' joint is. Because I have to glue this. I would have to glue this together or get like a really thin thing and pry it apart. Because when you pull this little thing apart, it's made of like the little beam shield generators, like 4 little pieces. And as you saw, when I went to pull it out, it just came apart. The second time that's happened, and I was like, that stuff's like, did it break? Did any parts break? So you have to glue that together. That is a glue it together situation. That's what that is. The only thing you need to pop off is the this little top plate. And then that gets sandwiched in there with the top plate, and pow, you have your beam shield. As a build, final thoughts. I mean, it's a master grade. As I've said before, it's no different than what I've put together before, years ago. It's just got more parts. And they sacrificed the Master Grade 2.0 gimmick of the frame for the light-up gimmick to preserve that, which I respect. But they should have gated the frickin' light-up effect behind like a $40 light-up box. Like I said, I can make for less than $10. That's ridiculous. It should have come with the kit. It should have come with this kit, not be a separate thing. That's a big blunder for Bandai. Big blunder. It should have come with the little battery box for the light-up effect. Absolutely. It doesn't. That's Bandai's mistake. It's a terrible idea. It replicates all the mechanical gimmicks of the Gundam. It replicates the design, everything. It's Bandai's usual quality. It's good. Everything. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping for something new, something that would wow or surprise me. It being so many years later, and come to see that, at least by this example, it's just more parts. I appreciate intricacy. I appreciate it being a more, intricate kit with more parts to replicate details, have better color separation, all that jazz. I think it could have been done a lot better. Few choices could have been made better. If they had to have the light up gimmick, they should have included the light up effects with the kit. They didn't. That's just what? That sucks. I mean, there's nothing much more for me to say other than it is a good kit that I'm just, spent all this time on, and I'm like, I don't even really want to, finish it, get it all up on a stand and display it. Partially, like I said, because I don't really have it in a room, but also, I think Gunpla and me are, if I do any more, it's not going to be anytime soon. And, I'm very thankful to have the kit. Like I said, it was gifted to me by a viewer. And it's given me a good experience to kind of, understand what, I want out of Gunpla, which is not this. I would rather have a high grade that had no stickers and a crapload of parts. Or just enough parts to have the right color separation, and that's it. This is a lot of effort, and it's cool. But this was too much effort for me. I think this was far too much effort. And I was willing to spend. But I did it. Because I was going to. I got it. Needed to build it and finish it. I think Gunpla falls under the thought for me. The lovely kind of little mental trap of feels nice to think about, but actually doing it, no. I had the question posed to me last week while I was thinking about it. You know, just the thought popped up in my head. And I asked myself the question, what's Gunpla to me? And at this point, I think Gunpla is a neat idea. But at this point in my life, I think my Gunpla moment has been past. The other kid says I said I did because I had them. And I'm like, cool, it'll be stream content. Fine, whatever. I got some decent attention doing it. Got to talk to some people while putting Gunpla together. I feel like something would have to change in me to be like all over this, or the want to continue. Now, it's got some cool different ideas, like the hands are different. The thumbs are articulated, and you just change the fingers right there instead of having like those weird hands that were like this, where this is a finger and these are fingers, and you had the thumb. Those never held anything right. Like, ever. So you have one hand, you just change the fingers. You put the thing in, you put the fingers in, it's in there. Cool. I don't need to see that. It's fine. I think it's fine. I just don't think Gunpla is for me. Not at this point in my life. I think there was just not enough interest, not enough interesting kits at the time. You know, I just kind of moved on. I did my Gunpla for a while, came back for a little bit with the seeds, with the seed high grades. You know, what did I build with that? Duel, Jin, Isle Strike, Freedom. I have the Justice. Duel with the Assault Shroud with the extra armor. And then what do I got here now? I did F91 1.0. The 2.0 looks really cool, but this is how I'm feeling. But how I'm feeling about this, I don't think I would like building it, which is sad because I want to build the Wing Gundam RG, but I probably wouldn't like it, and that's sad. But it's good to know, instead of going, yay, it's like that old little no grade 144 I had years ago, and then putting it together, and I just peter out, and I'm just slugging, drudging through it, and like, about it, right? So, building this was still a good thing, because now I know. Now I know that continuing Gunpla, I'm just not interested. It's cool. Again, I'm glad I did it. It's just, well, actually, I'm kind of not glad I did it, honestly. Because it's just, you know, Gunpla, the joy of Gunpla is supposed to be, you know, you putting together your favorite, you know, mobile suits from the shows and everything, or vehicles and everything, and I, about from the get-go, wasn't really feeling that. Just wasn't. And that's not the kid's fault. It's not my fault. Just getting, you know, just getting down to it and doing one more. Just not happy with it. And that's okay. Gunpla's not for everybody. I think I've had my little Gunpla phases and I'm done. And that's bleh, words. But I think this is where I'm going to end here. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue Zenless Zone Zero. I'm just not happy streaming it. Just not having a good time. I just feel like I'm doing something wrong while streaming it. It's really bizarre. I think it's just not a good stream game for me. I think all the content comes down to the pulse. You thirsting after a character or trying to get a W engine, you know, equipment for a character, and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. Oh no, look at that. I don't have a problem. I surely don't. I'll just pull out my card again, and that's, I think, where a lot of the content lies for streaming or otherwise, like commentary on it. And I'm not a good commentator for those kinds of games. I think I just want to sit and play and just kind of look at the cool characters. And Zenless Zone Zero is too much talking. Too much talking for me, at least for playing on stream. And oh my god, there's not enough combat. And even playing it like on my own time, I think I would get worn out eventually. But I do want to at least try and play it through. It's 1.0 content, so I can be like, I gave it a shot. So I think I'm not going to continue it next week. I just don't think. Maybe at a later date when I get, I don't know, you know, I get a bit more experience, and or maybe when I get kind of an audience that I can kind of interact with, I'd enjoy it more. But as it stands right now, no, I don't like it. I don't like streaming it, I should say. I like the game. I don't like streaming it. So next week, I'm not sure what I'm going to stream, but I will post my schedule up on Sunday. I've decided Sundays are schedule days. So, gives me time to have a weekend and not worry about streaming anything. So I'm just going to take this moment and I'm going to say it's done. As much as I'm going to put effort, I'm going to put into it. And so, I'm going to go have my weekend. I hope everybody watching has a wonderful weekend. And, that whatever time place you're in, you regardless, have a good one. I just said the same thing twice, didn't I? My brain's doing the thing again of it turns off now that I'm ending stream. My brain just goes, bah! Just lights turn off. But thank you those who came to watch me put this together. And maybe in the future I'll put more gunplay together, but I have other cam stream ideas, but I think I'm gonna have to grow a little bit before I do them. And that's okay. That is okay. In the meantime, I'm just gonna focus on other things, like playing games that I'm going to enjoy playing on stream. I've learned a lot. Zenless Zone Zero, I think really, and doing this, really gave me a lot to learn about how I want to stream. Me. That's important. That's a valuable takeaway. And I'm doing the ADHD thing again, but thanks for coming, folks. Have a wonderful weekend. See you back on Monday. Schedule announcement on Sunday. And I'm Mav. I'm gonna go. Thanks for coming by, folks.